Welcome back to Mango Plays.
No lights.
Tell me why. And Alison apparently needs to talk about power. I don't blame her. Like, I'd be curious about how the house has held up. So let's continue onwards and have a nose around. Now, I'm going to try and play with mouse and keyboard today. See how it interacts. Ooh, okay. So we got repair estimate, $163. Machine repair. Oh, I can press Q.
This place needs some serious cleaning. Or an exorcist.
Yeah, that's not a surprise, really. Brooks was too expensive. So that basically means that the dryer? Which one is that the dryer? I have no idea.
All right, let's see. Broken shelf, broken jar, and the washing machine. Broken. The dryer never worked to begin with.
Marianne thought dryers were straight up evil. Energy hogs.
I hate drippy laundry.
She might as well have sold it.
I refused to change for a few weeks once, so I wouldn't have to do it.
Fair enough. And I'm assuming that's your boiler or heating thing. Okay. Can we talk to you? No, you're just going to talk every so often. Okay. Ooh, that's a pretty door.
Marianne's room.
Let's not go in there until we absolutely have to.
Agreed.
Okay, but is that like some weird door lock on the front there? Strange. Okay. Got a picture. Ooh. Okay. Hang on a sec. Right. So we had... I mean, that's a pretty cool layout so far.
We should take down the creepy masks if we don't want to scare the buyers away.
Oh, so now you don't want to scare someone with those masks.
Left shift. I don't know. Okay.
Hey, I just put on the mask and pretended to be a warrior. You were the one who got freaked out by it.
Right.
Not that she ever let me wear them very long.
Well, I mean, they're probably, quite expensive art, actually. But yeah.
This bathroom still smells like Marianne.
A good scrub and we'll be rid of that too.
Anyway, the layout's pretty good of the house. Like, I wouldn't mind this.
I tried to bury this dress in the backyard, but Marianne caught me.
It was a pretty dress.
Yeah, well, we both know pretty was never my thing.
Oh, it was your dress.
I tried to bury this dress in the
they're just going to
backyard,
repeat
but
the
Marianne
lines.
caught me.
Okay, so we can look.
What are we going to do with all her jewelry?
Well, I'm certainly not going to wear it.
Donation pile it is, then. Wow. I forgot all about her weird concoctions.
And how she was always testing them on us.
Oh.
Lab rats.
Oh, that don't sound so good.
Handmade soap. Still here after 10 years. Impressive.
You could say that about the entire house.
Yeah, you really could. Not lying.
Not a total disaster, Ronan.
Oh, your hair. I think that is. Because I'm pretty sure in the last episode we found out that Ronan did Tyler's hair.
We were so competitive about who measured taller.
Yeah.
Like, we actually had anything to do with it.
And after all that, it ended in a tie.
Yeah. None of that crazy stretching I did made any difference.
No, it wouldn't have. Okay, that's kind of cool. Like, this is such a huge bathroom. Okay, what have we got over here? Oh, wow, okay. Oh, I quite like this layout, guys. Can I open this, please? She just pushed me. Okay, gaffer tape?
String, glue, duct tape. The holy trinity of house repair.
Marianne loved having something to fix.
I love fixing things too. Header installs, swapping cams.
Those are car things, right?
No, those are hot rod things.
Well, keep up the car talk and you'll fit right in around here.
I had no clue either, Alison. I mean, there's so many stickers on these cupboards. It's so cool. I like it. Okay, what's this about?
What was she hoping to do with all these jars?
She used to barter for our clothes with homemade jam.
She tried everything to make ends meet.
Well, not everything.
What, you wanted her to do something else? I mean, technically you're accurate.
Guess we never had time to complete the collection.
These came out of one of the prize machines at the Vecchi's store, right?
Yeah, you'd slide the quarters inside on the little tray, and then magic, out pops a sticker.
As if by magic, you pay for a sticker. Okay, we got the under stairs area. Oh, calendar. Here we go.
2005.
Of course.
So on the 7th, it's sort of like some hearts there, and then on the 25th, we got fix the window.
Hey, she drew some little hearts here. Oh,
What?
March 7th.
Oh.
What is this? Oh, it was their birthday.
Hey, that reminds me. I owe you like 10 birthday gifts.
I think we can let that slide.
What? You don't want me to buy you presents?
You're gonna need your cash to get started. We've got a lifetime for gifts.
Oh,
Okay.
that's sweet.
But no presents from you either, then.
Deal.
I like that. So what are we turning to? Oh. So we got Sarah 4 p.m. cancelled, Rosa at 3.
The last few months are almost all blank. Only a few appointments. Most of them canceled.
What kind of appointments?
Hairdressing, I think.
Oh yeah. She did that for a while.
Aww. We love you, Mum. Me too, but don't write here. Smiley face. Awkward. Okay, let's see if we can go further forward then.
After all this time, I thought I'd feel more prepared to deal with this mess.
It's an understandable thought. No, we can't see what was planned for April? January, February, March, April. Yes, I got it right. Okay, what we got here? So it looks like we got some couponing
She pinched every penny.
because she had to, lovely. And homework. Mum, we are sorry. The vase got broke. We didn't know you love it so much. We need to be careful and not act up in the window room. Next time we'll try and use good judgment. Oh, please forgive us for doing bad things. I'm sorry too. We should be more careful. I'm very sad we made you cry so much. We should play outside instead. I will tell Ollie, not to be wild all the time. We aren't going to do it anymore. We are sorry. Let's check. Ollie. I'm not sure I know who Ollie is. Then we got helping mummy.
What are you reading?
Let's tell her the
The
truth.
letter we wrote her. To apologize for breaking that stupid vase, remember?
Bore your kids into good behavior. Great parenting strategy.
Old textbooks. Tessa gave them to us, right?
Yeah, she thought we were gifted.
Yeah, you are in a way.
We were. Just not like she thought. You think she knew we were sharing answers?
We shared
Oh.
for fun. We both knew them all anyway.
Well, then you were intelligent.
I don't remember these.
It's probably one of Marianne's unfinished masterpieces.
There's 2 of them. Maybe they were us. In some weird way that only made sense to Marianne. She took so many pictures.
Yeah. Like she had to document every second of our lives.
Is that a bad thing?
You can keep some of them. If you want.
No thanks. I mean, I like the photos of us, but I don't think I can forget that she was the one aiming the camera.
Fair enough.
Wow. I'm so embarrassed for us.
Why?
Me,
It's-
Angie's, we were not.
No, they're
Saved every
gorgeous.
drawing we ever did.
There's a couple of these I might keep.
Right now, I'm a bit bamboozled. I think again, I touched on this in the previous episode. I think that is the whole point. A lot of time when there is sort of like abuse in a family, there is so much good stuff. Oh, hang on. Are we supposed to be bonding? No. Why is it all glittery? Is this just... I don't know. Are we in an area? But yeah, so I think like it's... I mean, it's easier to remember the positives and talk about that than
She
the
was trying to
negatives.
save the planet way before Al Gore made it cool.
Has Al Gore ever made anything cool?
I was going to ask that
Nah.
question.
I guess she was right about one thing. But you can't really blame anyone for not listening to crazy Marianne Ronan.
Okay, we can talk to her now.
How you feeling about being back?
Oh,
I thought I knew what to expect, but everything keeps catching me by surprise. My nerves are completely raw.
I get it.
How about you? You okay?
too much to process. Not sure how I feel. Easier than I thought. Not sure how I feel. I think's the right one.
I'm honestly not sure how I feel yet. I'm just trying to think of it as an empty house.
Yeah. An empty house full of actual ghosts.
Hopefully they're friendly ghosts.
Yeah, I am confused about what this glowy stuff is going on about.
I didn't realize how much I missed the smell of firewood.
Oh yeah, real fires.
Winter nights curled up here with big mugs of hot cocoa.
Yeah. Marianne was so tired she was usually asleep on the couch.
Ah, that's why it was so nice. No Marianne.
We'd use our voice so we didn't wake her up.
That makes sense if you're able to communicate
Stories
that way.
and watching the fire die, and Marianne was none the wiser.
Yeah, so I mean, in a certain respect, where did you just? Oh, I was about to say, where did you disappear to? We kind of lucked out that we haven't actually, as far as I can see, had to apologize to our sister for Marianne's death. Understandably so, but we haven't seen the conversation where Tyler told Allison what happened. I mean, to be fair, we don't actually know what happened. Whoa, that's a creepy mask. So, yeah, I hope maybe today we'll get to see that. So Marianne's bedroom was on the first floor and the kids were up on the second floor. That's really sweet. I like that.
If you don't come up soon, I'm gonna take whatever I want from our bedroom.
No way! Wait for me!
Okay.
No, this feels like home.
This is so cool. Okay, right. I got in your way, lovely. Okay, so we've got Delos Hockey Club.
So much for my dream of being a hockey star.
Marianne thought sports were too aggressive, too competitive, and too groupthinky.
Okay, you're playing on the walkie-talkie. I think I interrupted you.
How did you convince me to let you put this up?
It was my favorite movie. Back then.
Oh. Yeah, you know, you're sharing a space. I expect you got to put something up that, Allison didn't like. So, our space.
One thing you gotta give Marianne is that she let us explore our artistic side.
Yeah.
You should have seen Eddie's face when I tried to repaint his car.
Yeah. I bet Uncle Eddie didn't appreciate your artistic touch.
I'd rather you called him Chief Brown if you're gonna be an ass about it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so what's this box about? A diary.
Look what I found.
What?
Only our greatest creation, the Book of Goblins.
Oh,
Seriously? It was in that chest the whole time?
okay. We can press tab. All right, I'll do that
All
now.
these stories.
I had ideas for so many more.
Marianne wrote a lot of them.
Yeah. It's one of the only times I remember her being at peace.
So pretty. Fog earns the right to speak. Okay, so we'll do like one story every so often. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, there lived a big frog in a small pond. She was a peaceful creature who spent most of her time eating, swimming, and sleeping. From the morning to the evening, she did everything the smaller frogs did, except she did it bigger. She ate more, she jumped farther, she was smarter, and she made much more noise. Everybody in the forest could hear her loud croaking, and everybody was happy that they could. You see, it was easy to get lost in the forest, but thanks to the frog's loud noises, you could just as easily find your way back to a pond. Maybe it would not have been the same if the big frog had kept singing during the night, but she was much too lazy an animal to stay active after dark. One day, an unknown visitor came to the forest for the first time. It was a young woman dressed in a beautiful gown. She was walking fast through the woods as if she was running away, and she never looked back. Many eyes spied the princess pass by, but no one dared to help her, for the Mad Hunter was on her trail. We heard about the Mad Hunter in the previous episode. This is not our business, they said. and we'd better look away, for the Mad Hunter was an unyielding man who loved nothing but hunting down prey for money and glory. Nothing could escape his piercing eye for long. So the princess walked alone, without help, until she was hopelessly lost in the big forest. Exhausted, she pressed on with no idea of where she was heading, as the hunter drew ever closer, dogged in his pursuit. She continued this way until she heard a heavy croaking far off to her left, so clear and loud that the princess immediately made for the source of the noise. A few minutes later, she reached the big frog in the small pond, and the frog looked at her with a gentle smile. "Help me, please," said the princess. "I need a place to rest and hide." "Ribbit," answered the frog, and the princess frowned. "Please stop making noise. The Mad Hunter is after me." "Ribbit," said the frog again, so loud that the princess had to cover her ears. The creature began to jump every which way. "What are you doing?" asked the princess. "Stop all that noise or he will find us." But the frog kept croaking and jumping around her, left and right, up and down, "Ribbit, ribbit," until the princess understood the meaning of all this fuss. Cautiously, the woman climbed on the back of the big animal, and then with a leap, the frog set off away from the pond. The frog jumped so high and so far that even the hunter could not find where the princess had gone. With a few jumps, the princess was out of his piercing eye. A few jumps more, and she had vanished for good. The princess closed her eyes and let her clever mount carry her wherever the creature pleased. Less than an hour later, the big frog had reached the other side of the ancient forest near the shores of the very deep lake. There she landed without a noise in front of a big wooden house that had been abandoned. "Thank you," said the princess, covering the animal's snout with kisses. "I only wish you could speak so I would have understood what you were trying to do sooner." As she pronounced those words, something incredible happened. The big frog suddenly was able to speak. His first words startled the princess. "The Mad Hunter is always at my heels. Now you're safe and I've had my revenge. You can stay in this house. It's been abandoned for a long time and no one will look for you here." And then, without looking back, the big frog jumped back into the pond. And this is how the big frog saved the princess and how she earned the right to speak. Oh, okay.
Where is it?
Where's what?
You looking for something in particular?
My diary.
You never told me about it.
Yeah. With the way Marianne was, I tried extra hard to keep it a secret. Marianne. Yeah, that day she found out about it.
Oh. Okay, so here we go. So that glittering stuff is something I need to interact with, so we'll go back down and check the other one out in a minute. Once we've explored this room.
Mom, where is it? What did you do with it?
What now?
I can't find my diary. I know you stole it. Give it back.
Sweetie, whatever I do, it's just for your benefit.
You read it, didn't you? You had no right to do that.
I have the right to do whatever I need to protect my little girl.
I'm not your girl. I hate you.
You will always be my little girl. And
Oh.
no matter how hard you fight me, I'll fight twice as hard to keep you safe.
Okay. It may not be as bad as what it sounded like there, because maybe...
I don't know how I never saw it coming. She told me right to my face. She was willing to hurt me, to keep me from transitioning.
Tyler, there is no way you could have known she'd go that far.
You're way too young to know.
I want my diary back. Her room was the only place I didn't look.
Okay, but do you need to get it, like, now?
That diary was important to me, Allison. Writing down my thoughts helped me realize who I am.
Well, then let's go find it.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll
You think
go.
her room is still locked?
It always was. I'm not looking forward to going in there.
I know, but we'll have to eventually, and I need it back.
It's all right. We're going to check out the rest of this room because, you know, I'm a lazy gamer and I'm in this room, so I'm going to check it out first. What I was going to say is a lot of parents, like, will always, like, say about their child that there will always be their little child, in essence. At the point of that interaction, Marianne only knew Tyler as female. Now, I think at that point, Tyler didn't even know that they wanted to transition. So it could be an innocent, you know, you'll always be my little girl, as in you'll never grow up, not as in you couldn't be my little boy. But I don't know. Like, we don't know. I don't think Tyler knows at this point. So yeah, I'm trying to be hopeful. I don't think there is going to be a lot of hope, but you know.
Ugh. Some of our old toys give me the creeps.
I try not to judge too harshly on first pass because a lot of the time you don't actually know the full story. You maybe not understand what somebody's dealing with
Whenever we
themselves.
asked for a TV, she'd just bring home a big stack of books.
I think she did us a favor with that one.
I was about to say it's not
We
that
may not
bad.
agree when we start digging into the HBO back catalog.
Let's see.
Okay, let's see. Examine. I mean, to be fair, at that age, you wouldn't be looking at HBO, right?
Hey, you. I just found your twin under the house.
Oh, yeah.
He's seen better days.
Allison. So
Oh.
your one.
This one wasn't mine.
Yeah, I was about to say your one's the one under the house then. So we got Risk Express, that sort of like parcel back there, and then we
Look,
got a game.
It's the game we made.
How
Lucian
cool.
Tramway.
That game never made any sense.
Didn't stop us from playing all day.
Dude, we were kids. All we needed were rocks and bird feathers.
So figure out who goes first with paper, rock, scissors with silent voice. Aha. Roll the dice and move the number you roll. Pay to the tramway lady to climb up or down the mountain. Take the luge to slide down the mountain. If you get 1, you get to roll again. If you get a 1 again, pick a motor car to climb up the mountain with a luge. If you roll a 6, become the mad hunter for 2 turns, safe from shoot. If you roll a 3, become a bear for 3 turns. Can't use tramway or luge in any direction. How cool. Okay, so what else have we got here that I haven't looked at?
Hey, the postcard we sent ourselves from Juneau.
Forever alone.
What?
We barely had any friends. We even had to be our own pen pals.
Hello, Allison and Ollie. We're writing from the past. What is it like in the future? Anyway, Juneau is super cool. We took the tramway all the way up. Ollie was scared. Liar! We got some books, but Mummy went to the restaurant at night and forgot them. It was cool. There were a lot of whales on the ferry. No, there wasn't. They were in the water, stupid. Anyway, here's a postcard to remind you how awesome we are, especially me, Allison and Ollie, Ronan. Ah, okay. So Ollie is Tyler. I love it, actually. Seeing the different, so like the lie of it, that's so cool. Okay, there's another sticker on there that you got from the place. Anything else to look at that we haven't yet? I think we got everything. The celestial map's cool. This is a really cool bedroom. I like it. I would have loved it, I think. The bedroom. Probably not anything else. Right, what am I... Aha! Remember.
The Ice King finally caught the hag. His furious voice could be heard throughout the forest. For your wickedness, you will be eternally bound to the lake. What? No way. Quiet, let me finish. You will no longer be allowed to leave. Not even under a full moon. The moon hag was imprisoned in the lake, and she never again tried to escape. And then the title. What do you think? Not bad, right? I guess that's okay. But I would have changed the end. What? No way!
The imagination on these kids.
I totally forgot about him.
That's because it was dangerous to mention his name. He
Why?
was too powerful.
Ah. Okay. Oh, wow, you got like a playroom up here? We got 134340. I am trying to, in my head, sort of like mentally, oh god, there's way too many numbers to remember for the lock. Let's have a look at this.
Where'd you come from?
Okay, A Tale of Two Swords. Oh. Hello? You're a little bit close, love. You're like way too close. Like, I can't move, please. Thank you. I mean, you know, I guess it is good to be close to family. Right, so when we get that little glowy thing, I have to press space and then look around for the remember spot. So if I remember rightly, it was around here. Yeah, here we go. So space. Aha!
Mom? About me joining the hockey team? Mom!
Sorry, what? Not now. Maybe next year.
But you promised!
Keep whining, and my next year will become never.
Can you cut my hair?
Your hair is fine.
But I want to cut it short. Really short.
What? Look, I'm tired, and I'm busy. Let's talk about this later.
You always say that.
Marianne said no to everything. Made me so pissed.
She was always on edge those last few months.
Yeah, and completely deaf to everything I was telling her I needed.
She pretty much always said no to me, too.
True, but it felt personal with me.
Again, you see, part of me sort of goes, well, like she could have been worried about money issues. We found out from the calendar that her hairdresser appointments had dried up, so she was probably earning a lot less. I don't know in America. Oh, is it America? Alaska, so it is America. But I'm pretty sure everything costs money. So a hockey team would cost money. So part of me is like, you know, her saying no to some of the things could have been about finances. Nothing to do with that's too boy for my little girl. That's my hope. But, you know, I guess we're going to find out.
Hold on.
Could, of course, be the worst case as well.
Remember this?
Unfortunately.
You must solve my riddle to earn the right to enter the princess's sanctum.
Nothing a good hard shove won't take care of.
I mean, yes, we could brute force it, but it might be kind of fun to finally solve it, right?
We have different definitions of the word fun.
Okay, well, if we break it, we're just gonna have to fix it for the sale. So let's at least try not to. You have the Book of Goblins?
Yep.
Okay, so
Hand
it is a
over.
puzzle.
What are you looking for?
The image on the door. It's making me think of a story from the book. One that Marianne wrote.
You have a way better memory than me.
Well, the Book of Goblins was my creation.
And you'll never let anyone forget it.
Too right.
Here it is. The one about the princess's party.
Okay, I didn't read that one yet.
Give it a read. I think the symbols may represent something in the story.
First ghost memories, now storybook puzzles. What a weird day.
What a weird childhood.
Touché.
Okay, so we've got like several images. We've got like a duck, a bear, a frog, I don't know what the grey one is, and then we got a moose. So let's have a look. What did you say? Which one? Let's go here. The princess's party. Was that the one? I think so. So once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, the princess was melancholy. Melancholy. There we go. Because it was the 1-year anniversary of when she had run away from home. Oh, so it's like continuing on. That's really sweet. Sensing her sadness, her forest friends showed up at her door. They were headed by the pelican, pious and attentive, and organized by the moose, stalwart and far-sighted. The old bear was there with his claws so sharp, as well as the big frog prattling away. Even the haughty muskrat, so it's a muskrat, who almost never had time for anyone, had come. The bear invited her to ride on his back, promising no wolf would harry her path. And then the animals led her to the fairy glen, where a fabulous party had been prepared. There was a buffet of seafood the pelican served from her never-emptying beak. The air was filled with winking fairy lights the moose had arranged after clouds filled the sky, and the gregarious frog mixed up fizzing drinks. Only the muskrat had done nothing in particular, mooching off everyone else's hard work. The princess had a very good time at her party, such a good time that she forgot to say thank you to any of her friends. Noticing this, the fairies devised a bit of mischief. When the princess went to open her gifts, she found 3 identical boxes at the edge of the glen. Puzzled, she turned back and gasped. The entire party had vanished. "Because you have taken your friends for granted," called the naughty fairies, "we have hidden them from you. But we like games. Guess who has given you each of these presents and you'll get your friends back." Okay. The princess opened the first box. Inside there was a torch, which when lit revealed the truth. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it is dark, and that I always see right from wrong. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? Okay, so these are the riddles then. She opened the second box. Inside there was a magic sword, which would leap right out of the bearer's hands to defend them. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I am protected if I am ever under threat. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? She opened a third box. Inside there was a bag of coins that always provided money if it was for something the bearer truly needed. Said the princess. Someone wants to make sure I have money to buy food when I'm hungry and clothes when I'm cold. Which of my friends would give me a gift like that? The princess thought about her friends, and then she smiled certainly. "Fairies," she said, "I may have been thoughtless, but I appreciate all that my friends have given to me and all that they have done for me." She gave her answers, and the vexed fairies were forced to restore the party in a flash of colourful light. One by one, she gave the animals a hug and thanked them for the presents, the party, and all they'd done to help since she moved into the forest. And that is how the princess celebrated her first anniversary in the woods. Okay, so looking at this, we've got 3 stories before, right? We have one with the frog. So the frog earns the right to speak. So we did read that recently. I want to make sure I don't get lost. So see right from wrong and see in the dark. This one is about being protected if they're ever under threat. I feel like this one is more likely to be the frog. So we need to read The Bear and the Princess. Oh dear. Once upon a time, in an ancient and deep forest, the old bear stood on the bank of the river, swiping at salmon on their way to the spawning grounds. Just as he'd get his paw on a particularly fat one, he heard a woman shouting for help. This one's got to be about the food, right? He considered simply eating his salmon, and then she screamed again. And he lumbered over to investigate. After a short walk, he found the princess clinging to the top of a tree, while a wolf snarled and snapped at the base of the tree. Old Bear would normally not get in the middle of such a situation. After all, as a fellow predator, he understood the wolf's need to hunt. When he saw the princess, he was struck by her beauty, and he knew he had to help. With a great roar, the bear heaved onto his hind legs, rising to his full height. The wolf snapped and snarled in his direction, but the bear roared again, and the wolf took off into the trees, tail between his legs. The old bear fell back down onto all fours and stared up at the princess. She regarded him fiercely. "You can come down," he said. "How do I know you didn't save me so you could just eat me yourself?" asked the princess. "I suppose this is a fair question," admitted the old bear, "but I promise I won't eat you." The princess had no reason to trust the old bear, except that he had kind eyes, and so she slowly made her way down the tree. When she reached the ground, the bear only watched her, and so she supposed she was not going to be eaten today. "Thank you," she told the old bear. "Of course," he said. "Can I walk with you back to your home?" "Of course," said the princess. And so the princess and the old bear walked together through the forest back to the big wooden house. After that day, the princess would occasionally find gifts from the bear: a fresh caught salmon, a handful of ripe berries, a newly bloomed bluebell. Ah, sweet. One spring, when a sudden thaw flooded the path out of the princess's home, The old bear was there, and she rode his back across the river. The old bear began to think that the princess should be his mate. After all, she had no mate, and she needed one. And he could keep her warm and provide her a much more suitable den, and catch fish for her and protect her from wolves. Okay, I feel like this is Marianne writing it. I'm wondering if the old bear is Eddie. That's what I'm getting from this. Okay, where was I? After all, she had no mate, and she needed one, and he could keep her warm and provide her a much more suitable den, and catch fish for her and protect her from wolves. She in turn would brush out his fur and pick berries without smushing half of them and scratch that one part of his back he couldn't reach. And with how she took care of the goblins, she would be an excellent mother for his cubs. One day the old bear came with a ring of spruce and asked the princess to be his bride even. "I'm sorry," said the princess. "You are a very good friend and I appreciate all you've done for me, but I cannot marry you. You're a bear. I'm a princess. It would never work." The old bear was crushed. "Can we still be friends?" he asked. "We will always be friends," said the princess, "but I will never marry you." The old bear and the princess carried on their friendship, and after 1 year, he tried to ask her to be his bride, but once again she refused him. This happened 1 year later and 1 year after that. And then finally the princess said, "Old bear, you are my dear friend, and I appreciate all that you've done for me, but I would sooner you have left me to the wolves than marry you. And that is how it will always be. I have my hands full with the 2 goblins who live under my house, and they are all I need." That wounded the old bear deeply, but it was finally enough to stop his proposals. They remained friends, and he continued to give her gifts of fresh salmon and ripe berries and newly bloomed bluebells. But the old bear never again asked the princess to be his bride, much as he might have wanted to. And that is how the princess befriended the old bear and how she refused him. It really does feel that way to me. So, yeah, like, let's have a look. The princess's party. Let's go to the next page. Inside was a magic sword to defend. No. Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods when it's dark. I feel like this one is going to be the bear. So we're going to turn that one to the bear. And I feel like this one's probably the frog, if I remember rightly. Okay, let's have a look here. Someone wants to make sure I don't get lost in the woods. No, this one's the frog that I thought. Okay. So, oh, whoops. It was on the frog. Excuse me whilst I just turn this. Okay, so this one here is the one we still need to find out. So it's going to be this story. The beaver. Ah, okay. Well, let's see if the beaver is the right choice. Which one is the beaver? None of them are the beaver. Okay. Now I'm very confused. Okay, so this story is about the pelican. Once upon a time, in a deep and ancient forest, an early winter storm blanketed everything in snow. It was so early in the year that the creatures of the forest were not yet ready for an ordinary winter, much less a bad one, and everyone agreed the storm was a sign the Ice King had plans for a long, cold winter. The princess had grown up in a kingdom where it was sunny all year long, and the goblins were very, very young. So no one in the big wooden house knew how to prepare for such a winter. The house was not well insulated, and they did not have enough fuel or food. Only the pious pelican noticed their plight. When it came to fly south with the other birds, her heart was heavy with sadness. "What can I do?" she thought. "I'm a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock?" The time came to go, and the pelican struggled to take flight. It felt as though a leaden weight was struck right in the center of her chest. "What can I do?" she thought. "I'm a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock?" She managed to take off, but only just barely, flapping fiercely to catch up with the other birds. As the pious pelican began her journey, the storm picked up, battering her to and fro. She'd fallen well behind the flock, and she was already growing tired. But for all of her challenges in the air, she could tell things were much worse on the ground. A deep freeze had settled over the forest. The leaden weight in her chest grew heavier as she thought of the princess and the goblins. What can I do, she thought. I'm a migratory bird, and if I were to stay, who would look after my flock? The storm intensified and the pelican was in total whiteout. She knew she would have despaired, even. She knew she should have despaired. But all she could feel was the weight, which had grown and grown until she thought she might drop out of the sky. She'd felt called to help the princess and the goblins, but she had ignored it. I should have stayed, she thought. It was the right thing to do, and now I'm lost with no way to make it right. Suddenly she was plucked from the sky and deposited in the hall of the Ice King. Pelican, he said, you were flying in circles around my mountain. I was lost, she said, weighted down by the weight of guilt in my heart. The Ice King stared at her sagely. Is it guilt, or is it something else? Open your beak. He reached down inside of her, pulling out a glowing stone. The pious pelican was surprised at how it filled her with warmth, chasing away cold and her doubt. You know what you must do, said the Ice King. The pious pelican flew straight to the big wooden house. Snow had already blown in through its many cracks, and ice crept under the floorboards. She found the princess and the goblins huddled in front of the quiet hearth, nearly frozen solid. No, she cried, and then she placed the stone in the princess's lap. The warmth of it spread through the whole of the house, melting all that had frozen. The princess threw her arms around the pelican's chest, and the goblins clung to her legs. Thank you, they cried. You're welcome, said the pelican, smiling in deep satisfaction. What is it? Asked the princess, staring at the wonderful stone. At first, said the pelican, I thought it was my guilt. When the Ice King pulled it out of me, I realized it was something much more powerful even. Just then the storm broke and the skies cleared. The pelican filled the big wooden house larded with food from her beak, and then she took to the skies, lightened by the knowledge that through her charity, everyone in the big wooden house would be warm and fed until spring. And that is the story of how the pious pelican saved the wise princess and the crafty goblins from the long winter. So maybe that means someone wants to make sure I have money and food. That's probably the pelican then, actually. And then we still need to find out about the sword. Okay, going through, just flicking through, there is 3 stories that have like sentences pasted over. Which one is the bear, one's the pelican, and one is forgotten. So the bear one is about we saw the whole thing, we were wrong, you aren't just a clumsy old bear and your paws are good for helping others. So that was how the old bear proved that his heart was bigger than his paws. It is stuck. So probably protection, maybe? Pelican story was about feeding the kids. So I still feel like pelican is the sort of like never-ending gold bag. So this is the one. So they stole the food from the pelican. And then the last story is from the moose. So as they crept back into the woods, they found the stalwart moose watching them. Did you just steal the big frog's food? Old bear ambled up at that moment, and Moose asked him, did you leave that fish for the goblins? He gave them each a fishing line and said, I'm going to teach you to fish, that when you are hungry, you do not need to steal from the animals of the forest. So the moose came to teach. So moose teaching. So let's have a look here. Magic sword is protection. And light. So maybe moose for this one. And then this one I still think is pelican. So moose, bear. I was right. Okay. That I was very surprised by. But yeah, after reading about 3 stories, I realized that it was the sort of like
And boom, we're in.
overwriting. How have they got power? I like that light. I think I want it. It's kind of magical. Are you okay, lovely? I've got a feeling that they weren't really allowed in here as kids.
So many years. I expected this to feel more You know, like a win.
Speak for yourself. I'm the one who solved the riddle.
Why do I feel like you're not gonna let me forget that? Where do you think we should start looking?
I don't know. Where in this mess would she stash someone else's personal thoughts?
That was it. Yes, we're looking for a diary. I spent quite a long time trying to solve that puzzle. Okay.
Sewing lessons were the absolute worst.
She made all our clothes. I'm sure she needed the help. And I, for one, am happy I can fix a torn seam.
That is probably the first positive thing I've heard you say about Marianne.
I tried to read this one. I can never figure out the order of the chapters, though.
Didn't the author go insane or something? No wonder Marianne liked it.
There seems to be, like, something on the edge of vision. But I can't seem to pull it up, so we'll just keep looking around. Yeah, there we go.
She and Tessa were best friends. Until suddenly they weren't. Wonder what happened.
Either Tessa got sick of Marianne's moods, or Marianne got sick of Tessa's judgment.
I hate to say it, guys, from what I read in the book, I think that's the pelican. And I think they were in a relationship. I may be very wrong. We'll explore a bit more. Oh, okay.
It's here.
Ollie's diary. Don't touch.
I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Do you think she read it?
Of course. She was nosy as hell.
Aww. What else are you going to find in there? Virtue Seekers Youth Camp presented by the Alliance of Traditional Families. Oh dear. Which one was her? I mean, she could have been given the leaflet by someone else. And she bought the book, right? A lot of people become really nosy. And
Tyler.
Like, push stuff on you.
What?
Look.
What? Where did you find that?
It was on her desk with her papers.
Seriously? Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, we gotta be really careful not to overthink this.
But it doesn't make any sense. She was mad, right? She was mad I cut my hair. She attacked me because I cut my hair.
She was mad and she attacked you. We both saw it.
Then what is this shit?
I don't know. Tyler, come here.
She can't do this to me. Not now. When I've finally made sense of a few things.
Well, that was your first mistake. Thinking the world made any kind of sense. 10 years in the grave, and she's still finding new ways to piss us off.
Yeah.
To be fair, that one isn't really her fault. Oh, Tyler, babe. Can you imagine that sort of like emotionally? Like you'd have to question, or you wouldn't have to, but I guess I would question, like pretty much exactly like Tyler did. Why did she attack me? Like I'd already put the narrative around the attack already in my head. Personally, I didn't actually associate the haircut with the attack until I came to the edit.
Really sure? I am. Do it. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, wow.
Whoa. Is it all gone? Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
It looks amazing.
She actually did a good job.
I can't wait to show Mom.
Oh,
She's been so sad lately. More than sad. She's been scary. Yeah, but not tonight, though. It was almost like a party. Thank you, Allison. You don't have to thank me. You're my sister. I feel more like your brother. Brother, sister, we look out for each other.
oh.
But I'm pretty sure I just gave you a really bad haircut. Mom? Mom?
Oh, they did the Carefree Kids walk and whatnot really well, didn't they? The animation. Yeah, I didn't pick up on it being because of the short haircut until the edit. And yeah, I ended up having to pause and I was just like, oh my word. Like, is that potentially what's going on?
God. Okay, but it's okay.
Why is there no subtitle?
Okay, just try. No, okay.
Mom?
Oh no. No, 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 no. This is wrong. This is all wrong.
Oh.
Wait! Stop!
Yeah, the more of the story that's kind of revealed, the more I'm thinking there was a misunderstanding. I think Mary Ann has her own struggles mentally. That's why, like, they've quite often mentioned that she had many highs and many lows, which is manic
Glad we found
depression,
your diary.
I believe.
Me too.
I guess she was trying to figure out where you were at.
Yeah, well, she should have asked. I wasn't some
Maybe
goddamn
she didn't know
research
how.
project. I was her child.
Normally a lot harder to ask your child than a stranger.
About the book.
Raising your transgender child? Do you even know how rare these books were in 2005? Was she trying to figure out how to support me?
Maybe.
But she wasn't trying. She never...
It doesn't make sense. I know. You cutting your hair was what set her off, right?
I don't think so.
Allison, she read my diary. She already knew.
Yeah.
It wasn't my hair. And if we were wrong about that... Fuck.
You think
I want
she
to
read it.
pause to
It's
talk.
possible she never even opened the diary, and that things are exactly like we always thought they were.
But if she did, and they aren't...
God, Tyler. Sure. I mean, we could have been wrong. But what good does it do to ask the question now?
You mean other than not having to live with the thought that my mom tried to kill me for being me?
Yeah.
Tyler, I know you want there to be something to find.
But then you got to live with the fact that you killed your
Something that'll
mum
make it
for
all make sense.
no reason, maybe?
But she was unhinged.
So that's it then. She was crazy. Nothing else to say.
I think we'd be better off if we tried to move on.
Why don't we talk to a few people who knew her? See if that book makes any sense to them.
People don't want to talk about Marianne. They pretend like that night never happened.
So what I was trying to, I'm just checking there isn't a countdown, right? So what I was trying to say is there is almost an element of, I feel like maybe Marianne was suicidal on the night in question. And that's why she was really happy, because she'd made the decision she was going to end her life. So she wanted to give the goblins, the twins, a really good last day, a last night. Maybe she thought it would be best for them because she couldn't afford to do anything. She couldn't afford to give Tyler the hockey lessons, couldn't afford all the other stuff. And, you know, so she was like, I'm going to end my life and that's my decision. And then Tyler ended up walking in on Marianne loading a shotgun. Now, part of me is like, would you use a shotgun? I don't know. It's kind of difficult to commit suicide with a shotgun, but it can be done. Maybe it's the only gun she has, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I feel like potentially at seeing Tyler, you know, Marianne's loading the shotgun, getting ready, and she sees Tyler and she realizes, like she said, this is wrong. So I don't think it was anything to do with the haircut. Nothing at all to do with the haircut. This is wrong. My child's just seen me. I shouldn't take this path. I don't know. Maybe Tessa has answers.
What about Tessa? She was Marianne's closest friend. Let's ask her about it.
Sure. But I'll warn you, she's particularly touchy about this subject.
Well, maybe she'll talk to me. I was always her favorite.
Operative word was. But we need to go by the store anyway, to get a few things for the repairs.
Great. 2 seagulls, 1 stale hunk of bread.
I'm not sure I like that analogy.
Listen, I know you don't want to keep talking about this.
But you're obviously not going to be satisfied until we do. So let's talk.
Why rush the house sale? Is something wrong? We have a plan. Yeah, why rush the house sale?
So, I was thinking... Do we need to be in such a rush to sell this place?
We've been over this, and we both agreed it's time for a clean break.
I know. Trust me. I'm not talking about staying for long. Just long enough to get some answers.
And you think this house has those answers?
Maybe not, but it's
I think it might have some of them.
Well, it would be a shame if there was something to find and we tossed it out. How about we start digging without putting off the sale? And if it seems like we need more time, we'll talk about it then.
That's a fair compromise. Something wrong.
You've been on edge all day. Is there something more going on with you?
It's nothing.
Pretty sure it's not nothing. And I'd like us to be on the same page.
I thought we were on the same page. Sell this place as quick as possible and move on.
That book changed everything.
And then we found the book, and things changed. You really don't get that?
It's just with the way you avoided this place for the last 3 years, I thought you wouldn't want to spend any extra time here.
Oh. So that's what this is about.
Yeah, I did
Maybe a
warn you
little-
when you were on the boat.
Yeah. It's just... You graduated 3 years ago. And this is the first time we've seen each other in person.
Couldn't find the time is a cop-out. Wasn't ready to come back.
It's not that I didn't want to see you. I just wasn't ready to be Tyler in Delos Crossing.
That makes
I tried
sense.
to visit you. I tried to go to your fireweed graduation. I wanted to bake you a crappy boxed cake and take awkwardly posed photos.
I know.
But you shut me out. All I got was non-responses and half-assed evasions.
Oh. I do kind of want to say that, but honestly, if Tyler had been shutting her out like so heavily, it is about her because she doesn't have an understanding, right? It isn't all about her, but giving her some understanding now that Tyler's in a place where they're ready to confront things isn't a bad thing.
Look, I didn't want to see anyone. I just started testosterone.
Oh.
And, oh God, I had the worst acne.
Huh.
My emotions were all over the place, and the smells. Allison, the smells. Men smell bad.
I've dated a few.
Look, I needed some time to figure my shit out before I asked anyone else to try. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
All right, we have a plan.
So, we have a plan?
Yep. We ask around about Marianne, but we also stick to our repair schedule.
If that's really what you need. All right, deal.
I like the compromise. I think that's good.
Ollie's diary. It's been a long time since I heard that name.
Was I the only one who ever called you that?
Actually, no. I used it at Fireweed for a while, until I settled on Tyler. Most
Aw.
people were pretty chill about the switch. Not everyone, though.
What do you mean?
I had a mentee who refused to call me Tyler. He didn't want my help. He didn't want anyone's help.
I'm sorry. I like the name Tyler, by the way.
Thanks.
Okay, so we got Ollie's diary, don't touch. I feel really awkward opening someone else's diary. So we got Mum and Allison argued again. At least I'm not the only one Mum is screaming at now. Wow, some pretty good art. Mum almost seemed jealous because we didn't tell her what we are planning to do in the forest. Ali thinks we should tell her about our voice. I think she knows already. Somebody seemed really... I think I need to do the read bit, but... Mum. Okay, Mum seemed really upset when I asked to join the hockey team. Like it was wrong for me to play a boys' sport. I'm going to keep asking. Hockey, Mum. Aha, that's cool. She said no again. I'm so mad at her. Why does she always say no? Why doesn't she ever let me do what I want to do? She probably does. I think you forget about all the time she does say yes. Alison and I started writing a story. Well, Alison did. She didn't like it when I tried to change anything. Why can't one of the goblins be a boy goblin? I don't know who that is. Saw Star Wars yesterday at Bobby's place. Luke was so great. But Mum found out we watched it and got so mad. She said it glorified war. Zeom. 5th of February 2005. Would Mum be happy if I could do what she wanted me to when she looks at me? She just doesn't see me. I wish I could show her. I wish I could make her understand. I think she doesn't want to. Okay. Oh, the zoom was around the lightsabers. Alison told me again it was my fault Mum got angry at us. She is such a suck-up. Mum barely said anything to us in a few days. Ali said she saw her throwing away pages from the Book of Goblins. Do this, do that. I'm sick of her voice. I'm sick of that dumb name too. I'm Ollie the Goblin. Okay. Anything else that we're supposed to look at? I think not. There's literally only like the stuff we already knew about, which I guess makes me feel a little bit better. Okay, so we can look.
If you squint, you can almost forget Delos Crossing's only a few miles away.
I'm sure Marianne tried to.
Can't blame her.
We're headed there for supplies later. You ready for that?
Yeah, but I was really enjoying a day without assholes.
Just a little longer, and every day will be asshole-free.
That might be asking a lot.
Okay, so we can look at her. Oh, the
Nice
ring.
Gift from your boyfriend?
Come on. I told you I'm not with anyone right now. Don't rub it in.
Why does it look familiar?
It was a gift from Eddie.
Yeah.
He had them both made at the same time.
Both? Oh, wait.
Yeah. This ring is supposed to be linked to the one he gave you, in a spiritual way.
Do you believe in all that?
You mean, do I believe we could be linked in some other metaphysical way? You know, other than the one that already lets us share thoughts and memories.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
Not a bad view, right?
I forgot how beautiful it is.
We were in our own world most of the time. The lake wasn't just a lake. It was Moon Hag's lair. And
Wow.
the mountain was an ice troll.
True.
Cold.
Plus, you get used to anything if you see it every day.
Not always.
Honestly, this place is gorgeous.
All right. I think that's enough time enjoying the view.
I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Yeah, I know. I was the one all eager to go, and then I started waxing poetic about the landscape.
go ahead. I'll catch up. Need to respond to a message.
Ah, my sister, the social butterfly.
Seems we got a trespasser.
What the fuck?
You got 5 seconds to talk me into defending my property.
Your property?
5, 4,
I'm Tyler.
don't know any Tylers. 3, 2,
Oh god.
Ellie? What are you doing out here, girl?
Who's Sam?
This is our house.
Was I talking to you?
Sam, put the gun down. This is Tyler. My brother.
Are you... brother? Oh, shit. Huh. I guess I heard about all that, but I never... Damn, you look like a real man.
Whoa.
So do you, Sam.
You know what I mean. I just didn't know they could make a woman look so much like a man.
Okay, Sam. I am a man. I'm just me. I don't know. Is I am a man too antagonistic? I don't personally think so, but that dude's got a gun. I'm a bit worried. I am a man. Yeah.
Not a woman who looks like a man, Sam. A man. A real man, just like you.
Oh, shit.
I think he might be a little bit drunk.
Guess I'm the asshole again. You gotta excuse us old guys.
I really don't.
Oh, come on. You kids keep changing the rules. You can't expect us to keep up.
Just respect the people are who they say they are. It's not hard.
No, it ain't hard, but it just takes some getting used to.
We'll get used to it, because we aren't going anywhere.
I mean, fair point, but he has got a shotgun.
So,
Am I just
what are
scared
you
of
doing here
guns
exactly?
more than most?
Oh, yeah. I've been kind of keeping an eye on this place for you, you know? It's like patching the roof, checking pipes, you know, all that stuff.
Thank you,
Oh.
Sam.
Oh, yeah, it's, that's no big deal. I just, you know, your mama, she was a special lady. She deserved much better than, you know, what you got.
Does he mean the murder or something else? Is he the
didn't
bear?
you used to help Mary Ann with repairs and building projects?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, seeing as your mama never had a man around, I just took it on myself to help her keep this place
I think
standing.
he is, not Eddie.
How antiquated of you.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, guess you two are still aiming to sell the place?
That's the plan. Which, by the way, we need your keys.
Since apparently you went and changed the locks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But, selling your mother's house? Are you sure? Bad or good? It's all you've got left of her.
It's really none of your business, though. No one asked you. A few bad memories, too. I do kind of want to say that no one asked you, but, I mean, I'm British, right? This dude did keep the house in good working order. Apparently Eddie did nothing about it and didn't get Allison involved in looking after the house. So, you know, I don't want to be too nasty because did some serious favors for them. Although maybe technically it was for Mary Ann. I mean, we've already
Not
kicked
all.
him around a bit.
I'm sure the gun she tried to kill us with is still somewhere in there.
Tyler!
What?
Ooh.
What Tyler means is, a fresh start is what we both need.
Of course. This place has got to be full of all kinds of bad memories.
Oh.
But maybe some good ones, too? Hold
to speak using your voice. He's hammered. We should go. No, he's hammered, yeah.
Allie, can you hear me?
Ty, we can't do this when we're in the middle of talking to someone.
But this
Apparently
is
you can.
Bliss. He's hammered.
He's always hammered. And
Oh.
who knows? Maybe it'll make him chatty. Now come on. People think our family is weird enough.
Everything okay with you two?
Yes.
No.
Oh, all right.
They've done a good job of displaying his being hammered. Were you too close to the puzzle on a door? Were you too close?
How well did you know her?
Not as well as I thought. When I heard what happened that night, well, I figured people were bullshitting me.
It really surprised you, didn't it?
Much as anything ever has. Other folks say they saw it coming.
Oh, wow.
Not me.
Wonder if he started being a drunkard after Marianne apparently tried to kill her kids. Like, I don't know, like someone you were in love with, if he is the bear, finding out that they would do something like that may, like, you know, cause issues. Okay, the puzzle on her door.
Did you help with her door?
Her door?
The puzzle on her bedroom door.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you two kept sneaking in, giving her no privacy. You ever solve it?
Yep. Better late than never, I guess.
Never solved it myself. I mean, not that I wanted to.
No.
So, guess you know all your mama's secrets now, huh?
Well, she may have one or two left.
And honestly, she should have some secrets left after this. Like, if you're not able to take some secrets to the grave, I think that's going to be sad.
We should get going.
That's all you think we'll get out of him?
I guess we could. Alright, I have more questions, because I do, but I don't know
I guess I could ask him a few more
if there is any further options. Maybe I haven't
Okay.
scroll wheeled enough. No. It's just these two.
He's too wasted to be of any more help.
It must be really weird just
tell
being
him
Sam
to
watching them.
Well, we've got a supply run to make, and Uncle Eddie's expecting a visit. So,
Right. Yeah, of course. Get going, you two.
Sam, we all gotta get going.
Oh, of course. Of course,
Aw.
I got lots to do myself. Lots of to-dos on old Sam's list. And you don't want to keep Brown waiting, you know?
Thanks for looking out for this place.
Happy to do it. I... don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything. Anything at all. You hear?
Yeah, I do think he's the bear.
Sam?
Huh?
Sam?
Huh?
The keys?
Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course. Yeah, they're yours. This place, it meant a lot to your mother. It almost felt like it was a part of her, and it's like some part of her is alive here still.
Hopefully the house doesn't turn out to be a murderous psycho that tries to kill us in our sleep, huh?
Yeah. Well, take care of yourself. Both of you.
Oh, look at the sofa with the bear imprint on it.
Hey, so we really do have a lot to do.
Okay, go on. I'll be right behind you.
Did he take the gun? I'm a bit obsessed with the gun. It's scary, man. I think he did take the gun. Because he propped it up against that sofa, didn't he? I can't imagine what's going through Tyler's mind at this point. Realistically. Ah. It's her friend, I think. In the picture? On a notice board? I'm pretty sure.
Ready to Veni Vidi Vecchi?
I'm ready
Fjord.
to talk to Tessa.
Just try to keep in mind that your memory of her is 10 years out of date.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be if she reached out to me while I was in Fireweed, which she didn't.
To be fair, you wouldn't have responded because
So I'm
apparently
guessing this is Michael?
you were ignoring everyone. But this is where I'm going to be ending today's episode. I kind of really want to continue playing because I do want to find out what's next in the story. And I think, yeah, we're playing as Allison in the next part, which is going to be very interesting. I kind of want to continue playing as Tyler. So yeah, I genuinely at this point am very confused where it's going to go story-wise. It still appears like they did not have a good last moment with their mother at all. And some obviously hatred for their mother is still really present, or Mary Ann. But that book, even though there was the leaflet, right? So what I was trying to say at that time, but I think I got distracted, is she probably, as Tyler said, that type of book would have been really rare at that time period. So she probably had to go well out of her way. She probably had to spend a lot of money to get that book. Bless you, dear. And she probably ended up buying the book, and potentially like the person who sold it to her gave her that leaflet because they were like, you know, this book's wrong. My religion or religious way of viewpoint is the right way. And she probably just took it to be polite, as you tend to do, and she didn't throw it out. The simple fact is that those leaflets at the time would have been 10 a penny. You would have found them everywhere type thing. The book, she would have gone out of her way to find. And it's probably less likely to have been given to her. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out differently. Maybe we'll find out, is it Tess that we're going to go meet? Tessa even? Maybe Tessa gave it to her. And maybe, you know, we'll find out differently. But that will have to be in the next episode. Do let me know what you thought down in the comments below. I hope you are enjoying the series and are as excited as I am for the next one. Thank you very much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that amazing stuff you guys do. And of course, a very, very special thank you to my wonderful patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen as I speak. And I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.